Anton Francis here with Coach J. Philipe, former player at CC Speeding, and I had the wonderful pleasure of coaching Jay for about a year or so. And it's always good to see a young man like Jay having the success that he has had in the short time of coaching basketball. And I hope to see Coach Jay as a part of the national coaching program because, in my opinion, in the short time that he has been coaching, he has displayed basketball IQ and skill far beyond or at the same level as some of his basketball coaching seniors. Jay, in my opinion, you are the next wave of coaching basketball in this country. Yourself.
I received that.
Yourself, Ernest Sanders, Danico Bowles. I see you all as the next head coaches in youth basketball in this country.
And even Coach Marco Cooper as well too, my assistant coach at Sunland. He is another young, talented coach that has the ability and capability to be one of the great head coaches for our national teams as well.
And you know, a big shout out to all assistant coaches because I was an assistant coach for a very long time. In some situations where I maybe believe that I should have been a head coach, but it takes a special person to be an assistant coach.
Definitely, I agree, man. Like I always tell people, Coach Cooper, I have the title as head coach, but in all essence, we both are co-head coaches because he can relate to the players better than I can. I'm always seen as that person on the sideline that's standing making the calls, but in all actuality, he's the one that does most of the work in practice, and he ought to be recognized. And like you said, assistant coaches do a wonderful job. They keep the programs together. They're that second eye, you know. When you're coaching, you only can see what happens on the floor. But your assistant coaches are the ones that looking at details. They're the ones that make valuable substitutions. They're the ones that see when players are fatigued. They recognize things that the head coach don't always recognize. So assistant coaches are very critical and important to a whole program.
I would say I agree with you 100% because for those exact same points that you mentioned, a head coach can't always look at the clock. Head coach can't always keep track of the fouls. When the assistant coach runs out on the floor to take care of an injured player, you still got to keep your head in the game. And it's really special to hear a head coach to appreciate his assistant. And the head coach in many cases is only as good as their assistants.
This is very true. The head coach is just as good as the assistant. Once you have an assistant coach, a decent one, it makes your job a bit more easier. And he takes away a lot of responsibilities that you would have had. Again, all assistant coaches in high school basketball, I think, been doing a good job. But Coach Cooper, Coach Bowles, and Coach Ernest are guys that I have great respect for from a player perspective and also a coaching perspective. And hopefully we can definitely be a part of some national team in years to come.
I agree with that. I believe that is right there, and you're on the helm for that right now. At this 14th annual Darrell Sears Showcase, Jay, you were one of the players that played in his actual showcase. What can you say that personally, as a player, what has the showcase done for you?
First and foremost, I just want to recognize Coach Darrell Sears and his team for putting on a lovely showcase like this. This has been definitely fruitful for a lot of past players, including myself. I played in this showcase about 10 years ago. I played in two. The first time when I graduated out of high school, I played in this showcase, hoping to get a look to college. I didn't go to college right away. In fact, my assistant coach, Coach Marco Cooper now, he went to high school in the U.S. and he came down for this showcase, and a lot of coaches came down just to see him play. And I was fortunate to be thrown in as a package deal to go with Coach Cooper because he was the big deal at the time. And then I ended up in the school in Virginia my freshman year, and then my coach at that time left during my freshman year. So I had to come back to Freeport to play in the showcase again for the second time. And that's when I was able to garner some interest from different schools. This showcase is a great platform for high school basketball players throughout the Commonwealth to showcase their talent. Talking about college coaches and high school coaches from the U.S. coming down to see our talent. And then this is the best of the best, in my opinion. This is the very best of the best. So this is very beneficial. And I would encourage anyone that's a part of high school basketball to come out and support this event. These kids need us, and I think we have so much talent in the Bahamas. We have so much talent, Coach Francis. And I think this showcase is a wonderful opportunity for our kids to showcase their talent.